What's up, Tater Tots? It's your girl Tati back at it with another video. And in this video, we are going to be doing my hair. I got 2 packs of this hair. This is the Outre mix. It's 2730 and 613. I'm gonna show you how this looks. So this is how it looks. It's a nice, pretty mix. I hope I like it. We're gonna be doing the knotless method, so I'm actually gonna show you how I do that. But for right now, again, we're just doing a practice run because I'm nervous. And these braids have to actually be a healthy size, which also makes me nervous. Because small braids are easier to get away with. Bigger braids, like the size I have, aren't as easy to get away with when you're doing like a bright color, in my opinion. Oh, I like this. Okay, so we did our practice too, so we're gonna do some more. I'm gonna show you how I kind of got this all way. Okay, so the first way I do it is I take 3 pieces of hair. I try to do like 3 equal sizes. And in the front, I try to make it a little bit smaller. So I'm gonna try to make this one a little bit smaller. So there are 3 parts, about this big each. So if you can see, I'll show you. They're about this big. When you do the first piece, at least when I do my first piece, I grab the hair and tuck it in as if I was doing a regular braid. This is the lazy girl method. So I'm showing you guys the lazy girl method first. You add that 1. Then you're gonna go again. And you can't really see what I'm doing too well. But you're gonna add the other piece. And then lastly, I'm adding another piece. And that last piece. And you wanna add just enough pressure. If you add too little bit of pressure, it's gonna be loose, but if you do it too tight, it will be bunched up. And I'll probably show y'all what I'm talking about. If you guys can see, it's nice, it's flat. It's not the most perfect knotless that we could do, but it is nice and flat. And remember, I want y'all to see, this is the lazy girl method. So trust me, it's gonna lay. It's gonna be knotless. There ain't no knot there. But it's not going to be if you are professional or if you are very particular, you'll notice that small difference. But for the most part, nobody will notice the difference. Now these in the back, I do a little bit bigger, but they're typically going to be the same size. We're going to take the same pieces, but I'm going to show you guys. If you do it loose, so I'm adding it, but I'm going to wait a little bit, and I'm not going to really be adding pressure, so you wait, you're not really adding no pressure or nothing to it. And you're going to be wondering why it's slipping and things like that. But you might not have this problem. But let's say you do it a little bit looser. Okay, now can y'all see that? Y'all see how this is like kind of closer up, nice and neat. This kind of has a bunch that's almost reminiscent of a knot, and it's because you see how far down this is, because you didn't put enough pressure on it. So yeah, that's how it's gonna be. That's how it was if it was too loose. Now I'm about to show you how it will be if it was too tight. So now I'm adding hair, and I'm gonna add a lot of pressure, right? Because I'm trying my hardest to make sure that it don't slip like last time, right? How we had it last time. And what you get, can y'all see that? What you get is not as bad as last time. But if you could really see, you see how like this, I said nice and flat and everything for the most part. This has this weird hump right here. Can y'all see that? And it's almost like, y'all see how this is laying like flat? It's almost as if this part is turned, like it's turned like this. You have this kind of like a weird knot. You see that? If you start getting like a weird knot or something, or it's like a bunching up, that means your grip is too tight. It is too tight, so you need to loosen it up just a little bit. It's all about finding that right amount of pressure to be able to put on it. And y'all, I probably look crazy trying to be that close because my light is right here, okay? And honestly, years of staring into this bright light cannot be good. Now, once you have down that other method I just taught you, that's the simple one, right? This is the more advanced one. This time, you're not gonna add just one, you're gonna add that first one. You're gonna be adding relief. You see, these pieces are cut in half. So instead of 3, you are going to be doing 6. And you're going to add a braid, and then you're gonna braid down 1, 2. Okay? This is important. I forgot to add this with the other one. But you're gonna add the hair. Add it just like that. And then you're gonna 1, 2. Remembering to keep that grip that I taught you in the easier part. You're going to add 1, 2. Another one. So this should be number 5. 1, 2. This one's feeling like it might be a little loose. We'll see. 1, 2. There you go. And I'm actually going to add a lazy girl method next to it so y'all can get an idea of the difference between these two styles. Remember, with the lazy girl method, we're going to add 1. Then braid down again. You're going to add your number 2. Braid down. 1, 2. You're going to add your number 3. Braid down. 1, 2. Making sure you're adding that just that sweet spot of grip that you will get. It takes a few tries, but trust and believe you will get it. Because it even takes me a few times. Like, I might go back because I don't like the way this one is. I think I did it too loose, but we'll see. I did it a little too loose and it started bunching up. See, even players make mistakes too. So just go back. I'm that person, y'all. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to go back and fix it and make sure it look right. Also, guys, you have to keep in mind, I'm looking at my camera, at my phone screen, basically. If y'all didn't know, yes, I do use my phone to record. I have a camera too, but I use my phone. So yeah, I'm looking at a tiny phone screen, so excuse me. But even if not, baby, players mess up. You got to do what you got to do. Redo it. Okay, now if you compare the two, the more advanced one, as you can see, this one is a little bit skinnier and kind of goes down. This one definitely reminds me sort of like a feed-in braid. Of course, that's basically what you're doing when you're doing knotless, but this gives more feed-in. And then this one, as you could tell, is a little bit more thicker. Even if you look at these, they're a little bit more thick from root to tooth. I actually prefer my braids to be this way because of the method. When you're doing feed-in braids, of course you want them to get smaller to thicker, because when you're braiding your hair, it goes like that. You're adding hair, so you're adding this part to this part to this part as you braid back, so it's gradually going to get thicker. But when you're plaiting, you're not adding any extra hair, so there's no real logical reason for it to get thicker. So this method, to me, actually also looks a lot natural, but that's just my personal preference. So I'm going to take this one down and I'm going to continue to do these braids. Another thing that I really like about this method is the takedown. If I have to take my braid down, child, you take it down and it just not take all of that. You just got to take down 3 pieces. And say if you want to take down like a little bit, you have a little bit more wiggle room. Like, and it won't unravel completely. When you do 6, 8, you add piece by piece by piece, eventually that adds up. And it takes more time when you redo it, take more time to take down, and even more. Like, if I was like right here and I mess up and I wanted to go all the way back up to like here, I can, because I don't have that many pieces of hair in my head. Like right now, I kind of want this to be a little tighter. So I can go all the way up to, let's say, right here. And depending on how much hair you added, by that point, you will be taking a piece of hair out. Like a piece of the braid that you did before. If you're doing the more advanced method, when you do that, when you're just adding those 3, child, you can go back up there and keep braiding right back down, and it'd be no problem. Because remember, you just did 1, you want like this, 1, 2, add another piece, 1, 2, add another piece. Child, once you get to that piece, that first piece that come down, the rest of the house is coming in, tumbling down. I'm gonna continue, so I'm gonna let y'all, you know, watch me work for a little bit. And if I have something, or I think of something, I'm gonna come back just like I did just a few seconds ago and give y'all a little scoop.
Brown sugar, babe. I guess high off of love, don't know how to behave.
Good morning, we are back. It's actually the next morning. In true braid fashion, I had to take a break, but we're getting started. I actually have an appointment in about 2 hours because it's what 10:06. My appointment is at 12. So yeah. So we're just doing this first half. I have now reached my 3rd knot. So this is like 1 pack. I'm still on my first pack to doing the front of my head, and these are pretty, you know, nice size braids. They're pretty full, and I've only used about a pack. I started in the front. I know why y'all are probably like, why did you start in the front? I started in the front because I wanted to see how this color looked, because I know how 30 looks, but I wanted to see how this color looked on me, if it was too bright. Also, you're committed once you do the front. Like, you're committed. This is the part I could see, so that's honestly the only reason why I did the front first. Now, something I kind of want to show you guys is, of course, I'm adding the hair. But if you guys see, I want to kind of be braiding it down, and I'll show you guys what I mean in just a little bit as I get further down. Y'all could probably see as I'm braiding this top part, I'm just braiding it down like that for a few before I get to braiding it down like this. I think that it helps my braids stay a little bit straighter for the time being. But yeah, and if you can see, this is what it's going to look like when you do it too loose. You kind of see the knot on the top. This is what I was trying to show y'all before. This is how it looks when you do it too loose. This is just enough pressure. This, because I had to pick up that other piece of hair, is too loose. So we're going to try that again. So I am taking my hair like this. Can y'all see that? And I'm doing it as if I'm going to start a braid, but I didn't start a braid yet. Then I'm adding this piece again. And I'm hoping that this is a much better angle for you guys. And remember, you don't want to do it too tight, but you want just enough pressure. You don't want to do it too loose. You're going to add that. You're going to 1, 2, bada bing, bada bow. And then again, you see me looping that around. You're going to do 1, 2, which is just enough pressure. And now I can show y'all another mistake that I've made. Look at that mistake. This, can you guess which one this one is? Did I do it too tight or too loose? If you said too tight, you were right. I did it too tight and it bunched it together. And I felt it when I added that other piece, that I pulled it just a little too tight. It's that sweet spot, I'm telling y'all.
We be making love constantly. That's why my eyes are a shade blood burgundy. The way that we kiss isn't like any other way that I be kissing when I'm kissing what I miss. Won't you listen? Brown sugar, babe. I guess high off your love, I don't know how to behave.
We're back without the glasses, and sadly the sun is going down. But we have started on the back. I have this, which is my color 30. It's giving more warmth. I mean, I knew it was warm, but I don't know. It's giving a lot more warmth, but I love this color because look at this color. Now, when you're doing this, you're going to do the same thing as before. You're going to make sure you're starting from the part that's closest to your face, because look how we're braiding. When you're braiding this, but you want to be really careful. So you start with the front, because now when you get back here, you can kind of feel, you can feel when it's too tight, you can feel when it's too loose. because you're not gonna be able to see as good in the back of your head, okay? But when you're doing this part, you wanna check on it a little bit so we see it's okay. But also I'm doing these a little bit thicker because they are in the back. They're not that thick. Let me not act like they're just so thick. But I'm doing them a little bit thicker because my parts in the back are thicker. But yeah, y'all see how I started with this one? And that is because as I'm braiding, y'all see where we're pulling my hair to, right? I'm pulling my hair towards my face because this is where I can see. This is where I can really do everything. If it was a braid right here, if this was loose right here, all of this will be getting trapped inside of here, and that's not what we want. All right, so I'm gonna finish doing these braids, do a little bit of fast play, and then come back towards the end when everything is all done, when it's time to braid everything down. And the reason why I braid, y'all might have noticed that too, that I don't braid all the way down, it's something about momentum. Trust me, it's just momentum. Just braid. When you get done braiding, then you worry about plaiting everything down. At this point, I'm liking it. We're almost done, but I'm trying to decide if I'm going to cut layers in it or not. If I cut layers in it, y'all will see the layers. Y'all will see it on my TikTok. Yeah, follow me on TikTok if you don't have it. If I don't, then we'll see. But it's giving layers. All right, Tater Tots, and that's a wrap. Here is the hair all completed. This is how it looks. We have the brown peeking through. It looks really good, I think. Altogether, we used about 2 packs. Yeah, we used 2 packs. A pack and a little change on the front and a pack on the back. And yeah, this is the final look. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Go ahead and make sure you comment down below some more videos that you guys would like to see. Make sure you share this video so we can get more people into this potato family. And last but not least, you know what you gotta do. You gotta subscribe to my channel so you could grow with your girl so you could grow with your girl so you could grow with your girl. Break it down break it down